I give them a good shake. Oh. Well, hello lovelies, welcome back to Bren's Beauty Boutique. I'm Bren. Thank you so much for joining me for another Wellness Wednesday. I'm really excited today to share with you guys my requested coffee recipe, or morning coffee routine, if you will. It is Wednesday morning, it's early here, and I am about to make my coffee and get ready for the day. Just wanted to share this with you guys as promised. I hope that you guys enjoy this. This is just the way that I have come to enjoy my coffee with this lifestyle change that I'm on. So, a little back history here. I used to drink my coffee with heavy whipping cream, and that started in the restaurant days when my parents had their restaurant. I would open the restaurant in the morning at times, and I would have an entire pot of coffee gone before the first customer walked through the door. I love my coffee. And my dad used to always say that I liked coffee with my cream. My coffee had so much cream in it that there was never room for much coffee, and that is how I drank my coffee for many, many years, my friends. And so I really had to discover and research and find some things that I could incorporate into my new lifestyle plan that would also be really enjoyable for me. This has to be something I can enjoy. I can't, not love it. And of course, with this new lifestyle change, I'm currently not consuming dairy, and I had to be creative in finding something that would give me that creamy texture to my coffee, because I tried drinking just straight coffee and I didn't like it. It just wasn't the same experience for me in the morning. I wasn't enjoying it, and this lifestyle change that I'm on is something that I'm creating as I go, as it evolves, because I want this to be an enjoyable experience, because otherwise I won't be able to continue it. And that is the most important thing for me, is consistency, being able to continue this throughout my life. With that being said, I found a few little things that I've done, some changes that I've made to get that flavor from my coffee without missing my heavy whipping cream. And this is a kind of an ever-evolving thing for me. I'm continuously finding different things I can use in my coffee that I really enjoy. It's been kind of fun, actually, and this is a lifestyle change for me. This isn't a diet. I'm not going to just find something that's going to work for a few weeks or a month or until 100 pounds are gone, and then I'm going to switch back. That's not the point for me. The point is longevity and consistency, and so I think I found a few things that I enjoy. I'm anxious to share them with you, and I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comment section what you enjoy. How do you enjoy your coffee? With that said, you guys, I'm just really excited to share this with you, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. All right, guys, so this is how I make my first cup of morning coffee. First thing I do is grab for my coconut oil. I really like the Dr. Bronner's. This is the organic virgin coconut oil. This is actually whole kernel. What that means is you take the coconut and you take off the outer shell. I think it's called the husk. And between the husk and the meat of the coconut, I think it's called just a skin. It's a brown skin layer, and it is extremely nutritious, and they actually include that layer within their coconut oil. It has a super beautiful nutty flavor and aroma. I absolutely adore it. This has become a favorite brand of mine for coconut oil, and I also like that it comes in a glass container. I don't like getting my coconut oil in plastic containers. I'm actually trying to remove plastics from our life the best that we can. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna open that up, just take a regular tablespoon, and I'm just going to take about like so. Like I said, I don't measure, I just take my tablespoon and I stick that right into my coffee cup that I'll be using. I cover my oil back up, then I take whatever's left off of my spoon, and I actually rub that into my cuticles. A little morning trick that I do. So I literally do this twice a day in the mornings, because I have coconut oil in both cups of coffee in the morning. All right, once our coconut oil is in our cup, we're gonna go ahead and take this cup on over to the coffee maker. We're gonna brew the coffee right over the top of this to melt the coconut oil. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, we're gonna place our cup with the coconut oil right here. I'm going to use the Purity coffee pod first. This is always my first cup of coffee, is the Purity. My second cup is always going to be the Bulletproof. That's just how I like it. The Purity coffee has a little bit of a lighter roast. So we're gonna go ahead and brew that. All right guys, now while that coffee is brewing, we're gonna go ahead and take our blender and I'm gonna add in all of my morning supplements. These are my powder and liquid supplements only. All right, if you guys are interested in learning about these supplements that I'm currently using, let me know down in the comments section and I'll be happy to share that with you guys in another video. Next, I'm gonna grab my MCT oil. I just use this one from Nature's Way. I've used others. I don't notice much difference personally, but you can use any kind of MCT oil you'd like. I like this one, MCT oil. All it is the medium chain triglycerides. Those are the fats that are derived from the oil. What these do is provide, at least for me, sustainable energy. They also are said to have a metabolic and thermogenic effect, which is helpful in weight loss as well as appetite suppressant. I find that to be true. I really enjoy my MCT oil. So we're gonna add this. Now this can have a laxative effect, so be careful if you first start using this, you guys. I just put a few squirts in, but when I started using MCT oil, I began using about a teaspoon every morning in my coffee, and then I graduated after about 2 weeks, graduated up to about a tablespoon in my coffee, and that's each cup of coffee. Then we're just gonna go ahead and add our freshly brewed coffee to this blender. So all right, you guys, my favorite two coffees are this Purity coffee right here, and also the actual Bulletproof brand coffee, the original. I like the medium roast. Now I usually use the Purity coffee as my first cup of coffee, and then the Bulletproof is my second cup because that's a little bit more of a robust blend. These are supposed to be mycotoxin and mold free, and that is why I picked these, and it took me a while to find some that I really liked. These have a really nice robust flavor. I really enjoy both of them, very smooth, and I'm a coffee lover from way back, as you guys know from my introduction to this video. Love my coffee, know my coffee. These two are some of my favorites. Just really smooth, and really enjoy them in the morning. And like I said, mycotoxin and mold free, which is important to me. I'll put links down below, you guys, if you're interested in looking into anything that I'm sharing with you today. Try to make it a little bit easier for you guys to find if there's anything that you're interested in. So go ahead and check the description box down below for links if you're interested in any of these items I'm showing you today. All right guys, so it took me a while to find something to replace my heavy whipping cream with, and I finally have, and it's these. These are called nut pods. This is the original creamer nut pod, and it's unsweetened and dairy free. This one here has the coconut oil and almonds and a couple of other things that aren't ideal for me, you know, a couple additives, but I know they're probably necessary to get that creamy texture, and this is just to help me to wean myself off of that heavy whipping cream. So once these are opened, they need to be refrigerated though, so keep that in mind. Then you have to give them a really nice shake before you use them. I've already shaken this one up. And then I don't measure as usual. I just pour some in until it's kind of that creamy, milky color that I desire. By the way, you guys, these have 1 gram of fat per serving, and the serving size is 1 tablespoon. There's really nothing else of significance in here to speak of on the nutrition label. So these were a great find, and I'm really enjoying these. And like I said, this is the original though, the original creamer. They do have other flavors, but those have more added ingredients that I'm not interested in. And honestly, I typically don't like a sweet coffee in the morning, at least not for my first cup of coffee. Now all we have to do, my friends, is blend all this goodness together. So that's what we're gonna do now. Make sure your lid is on tight, of course, you guys. And also keep in mind that with hot beverages, they are going to expand. That liquid's going to expand. So if you have a smaller blender, just be really careful so you don't have like a liquid explosion at the end of this, because I've seen it happen. It happened to me a couple times with my NutriBullet. Just have to be really careful and not put a whole lot in there at once. But with my Vitamix, I don't worry. This thing's kind of a Cadillac blender, so I don't worry at all. It works just fine. So we're gonna go ahead and blend this out. Then we're just gonna go ahead and take our cup and pour in that yumminess, my friends. So yummy, you guys. The This is so creamy and delicious. I think you'll love it. I hope you do. I hope you love it as much as I do. And sometimes what I'll do, you guys, is I'll top that off with a little bit of Ceylon cinnamon. This is Ceylon cinnamon. I just put it in this generic shaker bottle. I buy it in bulk. And this is all I have left right now, so I need to order more. I used up an entire huge bag of this. I use it almost every morning. So let's go ahead and top off our coffee with that. Just give it a little shake. You guys, look at that frothy amazingness. I am telling you guys, this is so creamy and delicious. I do not miss my heavy whipping cream at all, not even for a second. This is delicious. And sometimes I'll even add a few drops of my stevia. I have a vanilla cream, I have English toffee, and I have chocolate. And then I just have regular stevia drops. Sometimes I'll go as far as adding one of my Jordan skinny syrups. This one's in glazed donut. This is one of my favorite. It actually tastes just like a freshly baked donut, you guys. It's amazing. I only use my flavorings in my second cup of coffee if I choose to use them at all. And that's because I just don't really enjoy that sweet flavor in the morning. I don't use them often, but when I do, these are the ones that I use. I sometimes use the salted caramel as well, another favorite of mine. Also, I sometimes add some cacao butter, and I sometimes add some cacao powder. I usually do maybe a tablespoon of each of those at times, again, in my second cup of coffee. Last but not least, sometimes in the summer when it gets really hot, I'm going to make cold coffee or iced coffee. So what I do ahead of time is I always have coffee cubes on hand, and all I do is brew a strong cup of coffee and I pour it into an ice tray and freeze it, and then I have the coffee cubes. And the reason I do that is because if my coffee is still kind of hot in the morning before I pour it on over the ice, I don't want to melt the ice and have watered down coffee. So these kind of remedy that, and a lot of times I don't have a lot of time to wait for my coffee to cool. It would take quite a while. So I let it cool for a little bit, and then I just pour it over my coffee cubes, and it is so yummy, you guys. I usually just use a little mason jar like this and add about 2 or 3 of those cubes to it, and then I pour my coffee over it, add a straw, and voila, there's my iced coffee. Super simple, you guys. If you wanted to, you could take this entire tray of coffee cubes, you could pour it into your blender with this coffee recipe, and you could have kind of a coffee slushy, if you will. It would be, I don't know what that's called at the coffee shops. I don't go to coffee shops very often because honestly, you guys, I enjoy my coffee at home so much more than I enjoy coffee at any coffee shop. I love this coffee. I love it. I don't miss my heavy whipping cream even for a second, you guys. And in my second cup of coffee that I make in the morning, using the Bulletproof coffee pods, has some of my supplements as well, but it's different supplements than the first cup. So I separate them so, you know, everything's not in one. It's a good way for me to get my supplements in without having to taste them or forgetting about them. Now, I know many of you will probably already know this, but the reason I'm using the coconut oil, the MCT oil, and I suppose what might seem to you guys as a lot of fat in my coffee in the morning is because fat helps the body to absorb nutrients. And so I feel the difference, you guys. I can feel it. These things are helping me to change for the better. I do believe that not having the dairy in my coffee is helping me as well. I don't seem to react with my esophagus. When I was having my heavy whipping cream in my coffee in the morning, I would notice that I would have my esophagus would start to be affected by that, and I'm not noticing that anymore. So, you know, small changes here and there, process of elimination, finding things that work. All right, guys, before I let you go, I just wanted to share with you some of my favorite coffee mugs. This is my pajamas all day coffee mug. Isn't it cute? I love it. I love it. And of course, my Hello Lovely. This was from my beautiful friend B. And many of you probably saw this in one of my Target hauls. I think I picked this up during Valentine's Day, just some little hearts on there. And then of course there's Totoro. You guys have seen a lot of Totoro over the last 7 months or so. And Totoro is a Japanese cartoon character. I have 2 of these mugs actually. And the best part is they come with a silicone lid which has Totoro on the top. And that keeps your liquids hot for quite a while, you guys. It works quite well. So if you guys are interested in any of these mugs, I'll go ahead and post a link down below for you guys too, so that you can find them if you're interested. I really enjoyed sharing my morning coffee routine with you guys. This was really fun. This is exactly what I do every morning. Of course, I make a second cup of coffee, like I said. Otherwise, this is exactly what I do every morning, and I enjoy my coffee usually while I'm responding to your comments and watching some of my friends' videos. That's what my mornings consist of while I'm having my coffee. Like I said, I usually have my first cup of coffee as a hot beverage, and I have my second cup of coffee as a cold beverage. It's just the way I like it in the summertime. In the winter, I'll have probably both cups as hot beverages, but for now, I'm enjoying it this way. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. Would love to have you guys as part of our family here on YouTube. And ring that bell if you'd like notifications every time I upload a new video. I'm so grateful for you guys joining me for another Wellness Wednesday. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon, my friends. Bye.